As an avid coffee drinker myself, I always say a coffee a day keeps the doctor away. But when you were young, did your parents ever tell you that coffee could stunt your growth? This is a health myth. I find it to be important not to be feeding children these days myths about their childhood development, but instead to begin to open a dialogue about what factors can truly inhibit and promote their growth and development. Today, I will be challenging the myth that coffee stunts childhood growth. I will also explain why the statement is false and provide credible sources to justify what should be known about this topic. As stated by the Harvard Medical School, quote, "There is no scientifically valid evidence to suggest that coffee stunts a person's growth," and the idea that coffee can stunt your growth may have come from the misconception that coffee causes osteoporosis, another theory also debunked by Harvard Medical School. These misconceptions are backed by no medical research, and I feel it is important to teach kids the truth about certain variables that can affect their development and not try to scare them away with silly myths. Many people who begin drinking coffee regularly are already into their teens and are almost completed with their full development, and coffee cannot stunt or inhibit that growth at that point in time. I believe it is the more important conversation to be having about coffee is how too much caffeine can have adverse effects. Connecticut's Children's Hospital discusses the side effects of the overconsumption of coffee, stating that having 1 or 2 cups a day may not be a bad thing, but compiled with other caffeinated drinks like soda, you can cause effects like restlessness, anxiety, dizziness, headaches, and even insomnia. I find it to be beneficial to discuss these effects with children and young adults so that they are aware that too much of something can lead to issues later on. It should be about teaching kids how to manage caffeine intake rather than scaring them into not drinking it at all. In today's society, some of the most consumed drinks for young adults are coffee and energy drinks. While some believe that they do the same thing, coffee is a much healthier and better source of caffeine than the average energy drink. And while coffee tends to have more caffeine than a 16-ounce can of an energy drink, it is still derived from a natural source, which is the coffee bean. We still don't have a good understanding of the kind of effects that energy drinks can have on us as we age. We also don't have good evidence as to what is being put into these energy drinks. In a 2015 study done by the Mayo Clinic, energy drinks can increase blood pressure and hormones and could put healthy young adults at risk for heart damage. So what does this new information tell us? It reiterates that coffee isn't something we should be scaring the youth away from. Compared to the alternative, coffee is a healthier caffeine source. And it is far more important to discuss the true effects of too much caffeine, rather than making up a silly myth like coffee can stunt your growth. Coffee isn't something that we need to be afraid of. There is no effect on childhood development as proven in medical research, and it can be a healthier source of caffeine when compared to energy drinks. My hope is that we can better understand the importance of teaching children the truth about their health and development instead of trying to scare them into making certain decisions. Health and wellness isn't scary, but we should be communicating its importance to the youth so that they can grow up to be smart and healthy adults.